Hi and welcome back to Canada Top to Bottom. Let's dive straight into our topic for today, which is the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway. This is a new immigration pathway only introduced in January 2022 and which is part of the Alberta Provincial Nominee Programme. As the name suggests, it provides a fast-track application process for candidates who are either already working in one of the in-demand occupations in Alberta or who have a valid job offer in the tech industry with an Alberta-based employer. This is in response to a shortage in the tech industry in Alberta and aims to get skilled tech workers into eligible workplaces as quickly as possible.
The Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway is an express entry linked program leading to permanent residence in Canada, meaning that in order to be eligible, you will first need to have an active express entry profile and have met the minimum requirements for one of the 3 express entry programs. You can click on the link in the description box below to see if you would be eligible for one of these 3 express entry programs. The minimum requirements for the express entry programs differ depending on the program. You will need a language level of at least a CLB 5 or as high as 7, and you may also need to meet work experience and education levels as well.
One thing to remember when creating your express entry profile is that if you are interested in applying to the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway, it's essential to check the box which shows your interest in immigrating to the province of Alberta. You can also select all provinces, which leaves your options open for other provinces too.
As well as getting priority and therefore quicker processing times, applicants under the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway are able to apply for permanent residence at the same time and can receive an expedited work permit while they wait for the permanent residence application to be processed. After the shambles of Canadian immigration programs in 2020, 21 and 22, a processing time of just 6 months feels like a great step forward. Another great feature of this program is that candidates can bring their whole family over to Canada with them, and they can all apply for permanent residence together.
The Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway has some quite specific requirements. The job offer must be either from an employer in Alberta who is involved in an eligible tech industry or in one of the 38 in-demand tech occupations. Now, not all of these 38 occupations are strictly tech related. Yes, some examples are what you would probably expect: software engineers and designers, computer programmers and web designers. But other eligible occupations include engineering managers, statisticians, corporate sales managers, graphic designers, and industrial electricians. You can click on the link in the description box below to see the full list.
The 4-digit number before the job title indicates the NOC code, which is a system used by the Government of Canada to classify occupations. Occupations are grouped into categories based on the type of work a person does, the skill level, the education required, and the types of duties they fulfill. You can use the link below to find your NOC code by typing in your occupation. Once you have found your occupation and identified it as one of the in-demand occupations, you must ensure that you meet the requirements for the main duties of that occupation. For example, NOC code 2131 is for civil engineers, and if you scroll down on the description page for this occupation, you will see that there is a long list of main duties required. You need to show that in your work experience as a civil engineer, you have fulfilled most, if not all, of these duties.
The job offer must be for full-time continuous employment for at least 12 months and must meet or exceed the provincial minimum wage. As well as meeting the occupation requirements, you must also have a CRS score of at least 300 points in the express entry pool. A CRS score is points which are awarded to candidates for their age, skills, experience, amongst other things. And if you're not familiar with CRS scores, check out our video which explains it all in simple terms.
Although not mandatory, there are a few things which may increase your chances of getting selected for the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway. Firstly, having work or study experience in Alberta, and secondly, having a close relative in the province. If you don't have any of these things, it won't harm your chances, just having them may increase them.
So as we've mentioned, the first step in applying for the programme is to find out whether you are eligible for one of the 3 federal express entry programmes and then create an express entry profile. You can click on the link below to get started on creating a profile. Once your Express Entry profile is active, your next task is to find a job in an eligible occupation in Alberta. Of course, if you're already working in Alberta, then the job offer is not necessary.
Once you have your job offer, you then need to complete the application form on the Government of Alberta website. The link is in the description box below. You follow this application step by step, submitting details of your Express Entry profile and your job offer and/or your employer. The Alberta Provincial Nominee Programme will then assess your details and will invite the selected candidates to apply for a provincial nomination. This invitation will come via email along with instructions for the next steps, so make sure you check emails regularly once you have submitted your application.
If you receive a provincial nomination, you have 30 days to accept it, and once accepted, it will provide you with an extra 600 CRS points, which will guarantee a selection in the next skilled worker draw, and you will be invited to apply for permanent residence through the Express Entry system. If this is all new to you, check out our video on how the Express Entry system works.
As with all provincial nominee programs, if you do not intend to settle in Alberta, then you are not eligible to apply through this program. You must intend to both live and work in Alberta, and if you don't, this is not the immigration pathway for you.
So that's all for the Alberta Accelerated Tech Pathway. It's a great program for skilled workers in occupations in demand in Alberta, and anything expedited right now is very much welcome. Make sure you check out the link below for the full list of eligible occupations because, as we said earlier, a lot of them are not strictly in the tech industry. Let us know if this is a program that would interest you, and we'll see you next time.